Yo, what up? It's a Thursday. You know what it is? I'm not feeling well today. Just, I'm down, G. But anyway, we move. Yo, welcome to another episode of From the Ox Mouth. We get it directly from the plug. No hearsay here. You know what it is. I go by the name Fresh Star. Yes, sir, it's what I are, and I'm gone too far. AKA Rakhadi Fresh, AKA Otelia Shapa Uncle Waffle Sika seen in the DMs, AKA my drugs was a valley, Hardy to bang, Hardy to bang. Yo, trying to cheer myself up here. What the hell's going on now? Hey, delay. Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, today I've got a very special guest. We were supposed to do this thing last week, but yeah, life happened. So hopefully this week we can rock. He goes by the name Lebo Mochudi, a phenomenal all-rounder. I don't want to say much. He'll say the rest. Just want to see if I can find him so we can rock. Okay, cool. I'm just waiting for the brew. Invite sent. I'm just waiting for the brew. Yeah. In the meantime, please, guys, check out the podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on all podcasting platforms. Also, check out the mother podcast, which is called Plug the Ox, with myself and ObJL, the designer. Uh, yeah, we shoot that bi-weekly. So an episode is dropping next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Check it out, man. Check it out. Oh, Lewis unable to join. I wonder what's going on. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's try again. All right. What up, Cap? Thank you for joining us. We're just waiting for the guest of honor. We seem to be running a bit late. Okay, here we go. 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 What's allowed? What's about technology cloud dinner sometimes? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yo, can you see me?
Yo, top man.
Do you see me?
I can see you.
Okay. Because I'm not going to be able to see you throughout the entire thing because my front-facing camera is all screwed up, so I got to hit myself with the self-tape.
Hey, sir. You crashed the Oppo.
No, did I crash that?
The Oppo.
Nah, I'm on a Samsung, man. But I've already messed up.
You remember the last time we linked up, you were selling me that Oppo. Like, yo, man, you should
that,
really
that
get yourself
Oppo
an
was.
Oppo.
That Oppo's the one. I still stand by it. That Oppo's the one. I just got a good deal on this one.
You're
Hello.
breaking up a bit there. Can you repeat that, please?
No, I'm saying I still stand strong by the Oppo. It's just that I got a good deal on this one.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, so you're
Yeah.
still the Oppo guy?
No, I'm a campaigner. Let me put it that way. I'm not using it right now, but I'm a campaigner for Oppo.
If it isn't about the bag.
Yeah, they need to hit me up, yo.
How are you, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm good. Kim, how you doing?
I'm well, I'm well, I'm well. Can't complain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Doesn't have a good day, but yeah, we move.
That's it. We move.
That's it, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get it chopping.
yeah, man.
We're a bit late because I had load shedding, and you know load shedding vies with the network. So when we
Oh,
came back,
okay.
I struggled a bit.
Okay, now I got you. Now it's all good.
Yeah,
We're here now.
yeah, but I think we're all good.
Yes, sir.
You want to introduce yourself?
Um, yeah. My name's Lebo Mochudi, and I'm an artist, I guess. I don't know how else to introduce myself.
You're literally making money. You're literally making a living out of this thing, and you're still guessing whether you're an artist or not.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know how else to introduce it. It's like, yeah, I'm an artist. That's it.
You're an artist.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
No, we want to chop it up nicely. We'll get to find out what kind of artist are you.
All right, okay. All right.
Yeah, let's get straight into it. Where are you originally from?
I am originally from the Free State. Welkom. Welkom, Maboni. And
Is it Welkom
and
Zamazami?
no, I think Welkom is Amazame. I'm from Welkom, the Free State, and I grew up in Lesotho. And yeah, in Lesotho and Welkom. So I guess that's where I'm from. Joburg is now things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, dope. Where did you spend more time, in Lesotho or in Welkom in your youth?
Very, very like by a nose. I spent more time in Welkom. It was like
Mm,
a 7-11 split. But yeah,
mm,
but I always hold the Soto dear because it was the formative years. Those are the years that actually shaped the man that I am today.
mm. Where in Lesotho did you grow up? Grow up?
Kyle Soto,
Yeah.
Masay, Timpos.
Okay. So you're a city boy. You've always been a city boy.
Nigga, please. You can barely, if you go there now, I was there last year, no, 2 years ago, I think, 3 years ago, and you still can't call where I grew up the city, you know? Nah, nah. Even
Well,
Welkom, as much as it's Welkom City, Welkom is classy. Like we out there, you know?
yeah, not really. It's not a town. It's not a city. It's in the middle, so not really.
Yeah.
As long
No,
as
but
you're not banana babaki, I see the plan. I see my plus.
yo, don't mess with that. You need to get yourself to those South American jungles and then come back with your theory. Come tell me, come tell me if
Utsho
those.
ndiyangisala. Uthi wena kusuka nje khona country.
No, put it on your bucket list. Take a young turn there by the Amazon.
Ooh, you're breaking up.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
You're breaking up there a bit.
Ow. Mastan, I'm sitting still in the same place. Can you hear me? Hello?
And then in Teleshop, I wonder what went wrong.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can hear you, but the visuals have gone blurry.
I don't know, and I haven't moved or done anything or changed anything.
Why all of a sudden you change? Because you haven't moved.
So, how's it now? Is it fine?
As long as we've got audio, I subtitle. As long as we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Okay, I know.
Yeah, tell me, okay, let's get again. Primary and high school. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit, obviously in Lesotho, I was at St. James, from 5 to 7. And then, I was at a convent, a girls' convent from 7 to 9, being taught by nuns and shit. Convent of Saint Agnes in Welkom.
How do you
Then
put
I
nuns
went.
and shit in the same sentence?
Eh?
How do you put nuns and shit in the same sentence?
Do nuns not go to the toilet?
Okay. There comes the artistry.
And yeah, then from 9 to like 16 or 15, I was in a combination of Christian Brothers College, a CBC Welkom, and what then later became St. Dominic's College, which was that nuns convent and monks brothers CBC put together. So they made one school. And then the last 2-3 years, I was in Welkom High School.
Cool. And then varsity, Kapawaya varsity.
No, I went. I didn't come out with a degree, but I did go and get some invaluable knowledge for what I'm doing now. And I was at Rhodes University in Grahamstown.
Okay. What did you study
there? Journalism, drama, primarily. Obviously, there was some minors, formal language and linguistics, and the fillers. But yeah, it was journalism and drama primarily.
Okay. So that's where the acting comes from.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it might have probably happened anyway, seeing as it's an inborn thing. Because I mean, yeah, I was already doing acting vibes and things like that in school, just from teaching, because of teachers that had recognized it. Obviously, that's their job. They're like, "Yo, come, you're in my play. You're gonna be the lead in my play." And yeah, so it just kind of progressed from there, I guess. I wasn't actually going to varsity to study journalism, but after spending some time in the journalism department, I realized that that wasn't me. I had the tools to do it, and the heart and the soul to do it. So I found the drama department, and I was like, yeah,
Dope, man. Take us through what you did with Barnyard, the theater. Can I call it a holdings? The theater company that has theaters all over the country.
The Barnyard was actually the way I think I don't want to say that the way that I left journalism behind, because this life thing, every things have a way of popping up later if you've come across them before, so but for the first phase of my professional life, I started working at a newspaper back home, and I remember a lady. I think she's the editor-in-chief now, at the newspaper I was working at, Vista newspaper in Welkom. Her name is Marty Roy. And I had this habit, I guess, of kind of like singing to myself while working and going about my business. And one day she asked me, she's like, you really, you really love singing, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess. She's like, and what are you doing about it? Do you plan to do anything about it? Because if you don't, these things have a funny way of coming back to bite you in the ass. If that's what you love, if that's what you want to do, she said it could be a week from now, a month from now, or tragically, 30 years from now, when that regret comes down. And ironically, I got a call from a friend of mine very soon after that, actually Cap's older brother, and Cap from the assembly, and he.
Shout out Cap, he's in the building.
Oh, what up, Cap? What up? Sorry, B, I can't see what's going on.
Oh, kind of no, Cap is in the building.
Alright, what up, Cap? What up? And yeah, so Cap's older brother, Cap's older brother, was working in the Barnyard as an engineer, lighting engineer, doing some sound, just kind of like making the show happen. And he's like, "Yo, listen, man, there's auditions up in Joburg for singers. You still sing?" I mean, that was actually the first question. You still sing? Like, of course. Why would I stop singing? It's like, yo, come up and audition. These guys, they do shows around the country. And all I was thinking was Marty's words about the regret that comes with not following your passions. And I left at lunch, man. I went out to go to lunch and I never came back. I got in a taxi to Joburg. I had no clothes. I was wearing flip-flops and socks and shorts. I was like, yo, I'm getting to this audition. And yeah, I've been in Joburg ever since. I think that was like 2002.
How do you make such a conscious decision unconsciously like that?
So I've noticed, I think I'm old enough now to have, there are only a handful of times this has happened, but it has happened where when the moment of major life change comes, I don't feel in control. It's not my conscious decisions. I never stood there and went, yeah, I'm gonna leave. Because if that had happened, I wouldn't have left my work at lunchtime. I wouldn't have left without clothes, or I wouldn't have gone straight to the taxi. Imagine I'm at work, I'm on lunch, got in a taxi, left. Like, that's not normal. And I spoke to the Mudises, Cap and his brother, when I got there. I spoke to them about it and told them, like, yo, I don't understand how I got here. Like, I did not make this decision. And I believe that's when, you get those little divine nudges in the right direction, in the direction that you should be going in. And I think it was, yeah, the conscious part of me went along because of the conversation I'd had with Marty, which had still been haunting me. Yeah. Um, and yeah, and then the rest, the OG handled me.
Wow, man, it's amazing. I'm trying to grasp this thing that you just up and left, but I think I have something like that, but it's not that extreme. Because some decisions you only realize after, and like a maraki, and I've been in situations like that before, but I've never
Now
up and left without anything on me or counting it. But hey, man, it was for the best. Look at you now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dope, man. So, what were you doing at the Barnyard? Were you acting or were you singing
Oh
or
yeah,
doing both?
yeah. I was doing both. It's a space that when I arrived in it, there was definitely a lot more singing going on. And I mean, it's musical review shows primarily. Um,
Mm.
and it was great grounding for someone who would eventually become a professional singer. Um, that was the perfect foundation. You're working 5, 6 nights a week. You you know
Oh,
you no man. It's you're traveling around the country to go do that same thing. You're dealing with audiences, different types of audiences. I've had an unnamed church, learning how to deal with things like having an unnamed church book out the theater and the show, and then when they rock up and they find out that I'm the lead singer, um, they're out of there. Well, not out of there in terms of actually getting up and leaving, but guys are turning their backs on me. People are talking through my
sorry,
performances.
Lebu.
Yeah.
Volume ya hao ito ile anyana. I'm not sure what went wrong there.
Oh,
Ke FIFA manager ke ile. Cool.
this phone call.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. So you learn to handle different types of situations. Um, this particular incident was a church that booked out the venue and booked out the show. And when I came out to sing my first song, and they realized that they're going to be dealing with a black lead, they kind of sat with their backs turned to the stage, and cats are having conversations. So things like that. Just learning about those early on. I was in my
Mm.
early 20s. I celebrated my 21st birthday in those couple of years at the Barnyard. So it was good. It was good training, good grounding, thickened the skin a bit, and yeah. But yeah, 5 days, 6 days a week. The first week that I ever worked there, by the end of that first week, I had no voice. I was in a panic.
I would
Went back
imagine.
home. Yeah, went back home to go see my doctor. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, the slowly strengthened and grew to be a reliable professional vocal practitioner. To get this.
I can imagine like singing almost the whole week.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you can sing in your sleep now, man. Like unsa di harmony fela o boletse. So singing
Yeah,
5 6 nights a week is crazy.
hey man, it's not a joke. It's not a joke, and we were young, so we made it difficult for ourselves because you're not exactly you're not exactly drinking green tea and getting your rest in between the shows. You're wilding out. Like I said, I was 20 when I got there. So um, even that, you learn to pace yourself. It's a long career, and this body needs to carry us.
True, true. Lily plays a crown, no that. You guys were
Listen,
supposed to be resting. Kepi what's about the FIFA Manager 2004. What's that all about?
Cap is a fool, man. Cap is a fool. Yeah,
I'm
man. We
about to
just
say,
yeah. So that okay. So clearly, if I came to Joburg in 2002, 2004, yeah, 2004, we were staying together and played a lot of FIFA 2004, FIFA Manager 2004. It was just FIFA, right? But somehow we just ended up playing the manager game incessantly. You must ask him about Fuqua. He's elite key striker. He's French striker. Type of question is that, Cap? Like for real, man.
I want to get the story. So we're gonna have a podcast. I want to see you guys because this sounds like an interesting story.
Nah, it's FIFA Manager. What interesting story could come from FIFA Manager? Yeah,
No,
nah.
there's something there. There's no way that Kepa guy had tell us. So we're not saying that we blast it just enough.
That's the joke. He's trolling you. He's trolling you. I'm telling you. There's nothing more to it.
No, I will find. I shall find out. I shall find out of the news. There's more to this. But anyway, yeah, let's move. Let's talk about. What's it with you and bands?
Me and bands.
Yeah.
What's with me and bands?
Yeah.
The band is a collaborative setup, man, and I love collaboration. I have self-belief in my own abilities, but I also have the awareness to know that I cannot do what somebody else of a similar level of proficiency, or even without a similar level of proficiency, what anybody else can bring. If somebody is ready to bring something to the table, I can't bring what they brought, you know. So with bands, it's cool because especially when you're dealing with bands of instrumentalists, I don't I don't play like these guys that I played with play, you know. And yeah, it's different having someone who is an expert at their instrument versus being someone sitting and programming things and going, okay, I know what, unless you are an expert in all those things. So yeah, I just love the collaborative vibe. And for someone who's consuming the art, there is they are more likely to find something for themselves if there are 5 energies being put towards this final product.
Right.
Instead of finding something for themselves in you and your one man offering. So yeah, I think I've always gravitated to bands because of that.
Nice, man. You're a team player. I love that.
Yeah, no, facts. That's my shit.
Let's talk Voodoo Child. First of all, what is Voodoo Child?
Voodoo Child is not as deep as it feels like it is, at least not for us. Maybe for Jimi Hendrix it was. But we literally took the name from a Jimi Hendrix song, Voodoo Child.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it.
That is literally, yeah. It's like I think we were kind of admirers of the artistry behind the man, and so you could say that we were kind of like from that school. in terms of because we were classified as a rock band, even though it was more funky and a lot of hip hop elements but yeah, I guess from the rock influence came Jimmy, who's a goat, and
Of
from
note.
Jimmy came Voodoo Child. Word.
Okay. Who did is it still active or no? No.
No. Disbanded around 2011. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Evening Machine is the one that's still active.
Evening Machine was more again, musicians coming together, and I found Evening Machine already existing, and the guys were just kind of but they were kind of just like instrumental, and wanted to experiment with having a vocalist in the creations. So it wasn't necessarily a case of, okay, cool, this is it, this is what we're running with. It was like, okay, cool, let's work on a project, let's see what the vibes are, and we did. We have a very cool project which I enjoyed working on. But yeah, there hasn't been any kind of like disbanding or anything. But I think COVID hit, and you know how it is. Things just kind of slowed down, and then everybody got involved with their own things. I know half the band is currently running one of the most successful live venues in Joburg, and the Sonage venue, and they're doing a lot for the live music space. Even more than I reckon we would have done as a band in that space. But yeah, the cats are still around, and you can never say never.
Okay, that answers my next question. I was about to ask if you guys are ever going to make music again, but like you just said, never say never.
Right.
All right, back to Voodoo Child. You guys got nominated for a SAMA.
Yes, sir.
Take us through that.
Yo, that was of our. It's ironic because we kind of did the same. Well, I think I might be preempting things you say for later, so let me not go down that road. But we had an EP initially, and then our debut album got nominated for the SAMA. But there was an awareness, a conscious working towards kind of that kind of quality, because as far as we were concerned, you only got nominated if you had incredible product, and it was undeniable, and it was undeniably just from the music, the artistry to the mixing, the mastering, your presentation. We went in, we had jewel case CD covers and flipping sleeves, and so we really went in with the intention of having something that could play at that level.
Could compete.
Yeah, and that's how it turned out. We submitted, and we were nominated, and it was cool because at that time the biggest names, I mean, we were in a category of the Parlotones of the world. I think the Parlotones actually won it, but I was good with the nomination because, especially because we hadn't really gotten outside of Joburg at the time, and we weren't known outside of the province. So for me, I never expected to win, but I think our work was validated with the nomination.
Yeah. Summer nomination is big, man. Like in any Any category.
Yeah,
It's crazy. So big up to you guys, man.
yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
let's talk vocals.
Hmm.
So you are this singer now. You've done the Barnyard. You've done Voodoo Child. So you know that you're a singer. How do you get into vocal coaching?
Um, sometime I forget the year, man. Well, I don't forget. I just never thought about it. But
Mm.
sometime in the early years, there's a band called Jethro Tull, which is like a legendary uh, band from overseas, and they were on tour, and their market is very much at that time. Their core fan base was like 50, 60, oh, that kind of like age bracket, and they came down on a tour to South Africa, and somehow we managed. I think Brandon Orette at the time was managing the band, and he managed to get us onto the tour. Um,
Oh,
get open,
okay.
yeah, yeah. But as an opening actor,
Mm.
I don't want nobody coming at me for omitting them, because I wasn't aware of the intricacies of the behind the scenes deals and things that were going on. But I know that he ran point on getting us on that tour. Um, Shout out to Julio Garcia as well. I know Julio played a big part in that. Um, and
Name drop, my bro. Name drop.
nah, man, you gotta give credit where credit is due. And and at,
Right.
and on that tour, when we played the Joburg leg, the head of the music department at St. Stephen's College, Daleen Hoogenoot, she happened to be at the show because she's a fan of Jethro Tull and Ian Anderson and what have you. And she saw this band, and obviously she heard me singing. And I think my guitarist at the time was teaching at St. Stephen's. Uh, I'm not sure if he was teaching there yet, but there was a relationship between him and a working relationship between him and Daleen. And after the show, she told him to tell me to get in touch if I'm interested in teaching singing. So obviously she had seen something, which is like, okay, this dude can be of value to my
Mm.
department. And yeah, and I went through to go see her, and first thing she asked was, "Oh, what are your qualifications?" I'm like, "Qualify for who? Qualify for what?" No, I didn't have nothing
This
at
is
the
South
time.
Africa. Qualify for who?
But she was amazing, because she took me on the promise that I would get my grade 8 rock school qualifications, and I did. I got my qualifications while I was teaching, and I haven't stopped teaching since then.
Wow, man. So you got a job at a job. Hey, bro.
That's how it should be, ain't it?
Yeah, when you got God on your side, that's how it should be.
Facts. Speak that shit. Talk that shit. Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's talk. I want to talk sound engineering since we are talking vocal coaching. How did you get into sound engineering?
Um. So after 2011, when Voodoo Child broke up, um, I went through a couple of years of like really severe depression, um, and my even my friends that were unaware, because I just went off the grid. I just disappeared. I wasn't working nowhere. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just harming myself and deteriorating my body. And then one day I just, I decided, look, that's it. You cannot do this to yourself anymore, and I was like, gonna, I'm gonna start trying to get back. But what do I need? So what I've lost is a band that I helped start, um, and everybody in that band and what they did. You know, this is the downside of collaboration. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, I'd lost all of that, and so okay, what do I need to be able to carry on doing this thing that sustains me, that being creating, making music.
Mm.
And I realized that I didn't know how to work in a studio. I didn't. Yeah,
Mm.
you could lock me in a studio for a weekend, and you would come back and there would be nothing created, and that bothered me. So I kind of just put it out there and started kind of trying to manifest this whole learning how to work in a studio thing. And around that time, a friend at the time, Dean Felite, he had friends who ran, or he knew people who ran an audio boutique. They called it Audio Militia. And it's like, yo, man, need to go talk to these guys. But he was thinking more about, like, doing promos and stuff with them. And he had told them about me, and they actually kind of knew me from Voodoo Child. They're like, yeah, where's that deep in? So, long story short, we met up. We did an ad, so kind of like did a pitch for an ad. We won the pitch. The ad was successful, and the working process was cool as well. And the CEO, Nick Argyros, he was like, "Yo, look, man, I heard that you kind of want to get in, you want to learn how to work in a studio." I'm like, yeah, facts. In fact, this money that I'm taking from the ad is about to go buy me a computer and program, and he's like, "Well, do you want to come learn here?" Um, and kind of like work here, I was just like, yo, fuck, of course, like, where do I sign, Um, and yeah, I had to learn to use Pro Tools and in record time so that I could take over their satellite studio um, in the next 3 months from the time that we're having this conversation. I needed to be running a studio. So
What?
yeah. I don't think I have ever worked under more pressure in my life. Where your brain, where you can feel your brain overheating. It's like, my brain is hot right now, like, but yeah, I just happened to, I just managed to get it done, and I worked there for 2.5 years, I think. 2.5 years, and learned how to. That's where I produced. Okay, something else that you'll probably bring up later, but that's where I learned to program enough to produce a song that was recorded and released. And that was my marker to say, okay, cool, you've learned how to do that. And then the other thing was I wanted to learn how to mix, and I remember mixing a song for Cap, and which she released, and I was like, okay, cool, mix the song that's released. Okay, so you can do that. So it was kind of like this checklist of, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? What I wasn't banking on was, I worked a lot with voice artists and voiceover artists, and I learned a lot about that industry and that art, which I grew to love and kind of followed. But yeah, Audio Militia really did give me a firm foundation because even in other things that I do, because they involve with engineers and some kind of recording or mixing, whether it's voicing, whether it's voice directing, whether it's musical directing, I can talk to engineers. You know, um, I know how to talk to them, and so it makes the working process quicker, smoother. Um, so yeah, shout out AM, man. Shout out Audio Malaysia.
Yo, shout out, man. Hotman la Fijini le kile busy dropping is dropping gems here. So he says that you mixed and mastered, recorded and mixed Cum Laude, which is his song featuring.
Yeah, that's the track.
And we talked about. I wonder why didn't he mention it when I was talking to him about this? Because I told him that's one of my favorite songs of all time.
No. He wanted to leave you things to uncover.
Clearly. Yo, Lebo, that's crazy, man. Yo, I loved everything about that song. You know, like literally everything.
Yeah, no, that was
you are actually good at this.
This guy. Hey, well, even though I've never said I'm good at it, thank you.
I'm saying, there we go. I mean, I've got proof. Proof. Cum Laude is a masterpiece, to say the least.
Yeah, no, it's a dope track. It's a very dope track.
It is. Shout out to sarcastic_Jacobs. Why are we
Yeah.
He calls you Drex. DRAKZ.
Yeah, that was my first moniker when I started rapping on the school circuit when I was still in school. Because I was about 13 when I started rapping. So by like 15, 16, there was kind of like, oh, there's this guy that raps. And a friend of mine, Lloyd, what up, Lloyd? Lloyd Lesotho from back home.
Shout out Lloyd.
He gave me this name because my other name, my government name is Hendrik. And he was like, yo, man, fuck that Hendrik noise, man. Hendrik Mandrex. There we go. There's your name.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's literally from Hendrix, Mandrex. So that's where the Drex comes from.
Okay. That's super. That should have been actually your AKA, not just Lebo Mochudi ID book vibes.
Nah, man. Hendrik is the ID book. Lebo Mochudi is my grandmother's sides. It's not. It wasn't.
Okay. Also, it goes deeper.
Yeah. Of course, our names always go deeper.
They do. I think I should change my stage name to Tawan Sareba. like in the ID.
Word.
Yo, Cap. Yeah, you did mention that Lebo sang on Cum Laude as well. Then we already knew. Yeah, which dope vocals, by the way, man. Even shout out to P-Dot as well. He killed the vocals.
Yeah, I was about to say, all I literally did was just kind of like put garnish on P-Dot's vocals. He didn't want to sing, if I remember correctly. I think he was kind of like they wanted me to do it. I was like, yo, man, look, you got this. Like, handle that, and I'll do like a double. I'll do like an octave apart or something. But you got that, handle that. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's crazy. I was.
Yeah.
Of listening to one of their songs, as those diamonds were dropped.
Yeah.
The song is called Deep Gone, by the way. So it's produced by a very good friend of mine. So he played me the song, and Peter sings there. And I was like, yo, since when does Peter sing?
I think Peanut, a lot of people sleep on the artist that Peanut is. Like Peanut is one of those guys that, if he wasn't a prominent rapper, he would probably be a prominent playwright or a prominent actor or a prominent author or a prominent singer even. Like he really is. He's from that mold, yabo pro, yabo jabba, who all were. They were singers. They were moved by all art, and they could move all art.
Oh, that's poetry right there. There's the journalism coming through. Before we move on to the raps, I want to talk about voiceovers, voice acting, muppeteering, and puppeteering. Just give us a quick overview of that.
Quick overview. I've already touched on the voice acting and voiceovers, having been inspired by my work that I was doing at Audio Malaysia. When I left Audio Malaysia, the first job I got was, because by then I was like, okay, cool. There's a lot of people coming in through these doors who are eating my money out there. I need to go after my money. So I was ready to go into that space. And I got a job on, was it Cool Cats, doing voices there. And then from there, it led to me doing, no, I'm lying to you. I first got a job as a musical director on a children's show from Disney. And Disney Africa was trying to get the product this side, but dub it into local languages. So so I was working on a show called Doc McStuffins, where we were translating and adapting the songs of all the music for the show. So I was heading that, But while I was doing that, I realized that I couldn't find all the voice tones and performances that I need from the people that I have at my disposal. So what I would do is I would record the whole season, and then come back to all the voices that were difficult and just do them myself. So I think that was good practice. I think I did like 24 characters in that space. So that was incredible practice for voice acting and character voicing. So that helped me when I moved from there to Cool Cats, and eventually ended up in an audition room for Takalani Sesame. And that's where the muppeteering comes in, because we were auditioning to become new muppeteers, which has happened. Obviously, the audition process was successful. And that's a wild space, man. That's a wild space.
I can only imagine.
If you think about it, I mean, the audition was at the end of 2019. So that's a skill that has been acquired in the last 2 years. And I look at it and I just see a world of learning, a lifetime of learning. I mean, our senseis, the people that were teaching us, they've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And cats will still tell you about how this is difficult and how they're still learning about this and how they're still trying to perfect this. And that excites me. When I see a space like that, I'm like, yeah, challenge accepted. Because it means that I'm never going to hit a ceiling. That's dope. That is so dope to know that there's no ceiling on learning.
Man, it's crazy. So, so not a man who cricket.
What are their names again?
I don't know. I don't watch. I don't watch it. My
There
daughter
was
would be.
some hip crazy one. I think it was the one that used to wear his cap backwards. Because I was just doing
Okay.
voices.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you look
think
like a
so.
wild cat.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Were
indeed
you
it.
there around about the same time as Miser? Because I remember Miser is from the VAR, which is
Mhm.
Kikasiag. So I
Yeah,
remember
but
at one time he also did. Sorry?
was he doing voices or was he actually um on set with the puppets and all of that?
He was doing voices because he was doing the voice, yeah, the the big one. Konjekima. The one Abuanga. Konjekima. The
Okay,
Konga
okay. Yes. I can see him. So I can see him. Um, then the next question becomes, what language was he doing?
Sesotho. He was doing Sesotho.
So I think I was doing, yeah. So no, but it wasn't at the same time because then I would remember him because I did
Yeah,
Sisut.
yeah. Wamtsiba Mahamaisa, the DJ. Amtsiba.
Homeboy, like I know very few people there. Like I don't know people.
I was
I'm
about
the
to say,
worst person.
Wamtsiba.
I'm the worst person to ask. Do you know this one? Do you know that one? I don't know people. I, 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 I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. But I'm very insular. I can talk about too much. I know that's ironic considering my career. But
Yes.
yeah, and unless I'm about to at performances, I'm very rarely out about to just enjoy. I do more job artists. So as a result, I
You
don't
know,
even follow up on people and know who is who and who's doing what.
yeah. That's one thing I learned very quickly about you when we had our meeting, our physical meeting. Like, yo, you're a very conservative guy. Like, uhi, you're a
And
mystery.
then energy is precious, my guy. It must be preserved for the things that need it.
Facts, facts. All right, let's talk about the big one.
Mm.
My favorite, my personal favorite, the trio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But before we get into the trio, so you mentioned earlier on that you started rapping at about 13, 14,
13 year, 12, 13 year.
12, 13. At that age, what gets you into hip hop?
It's ironic. I mean, hip hop. Okay, I obviously I am wired musically. One of my wires. Let's let the homie handle it. Yeah, one of my wires is a musical wire. So um,
Mm,
if things get stuck in there, whether I like it or not, and there's an inherent ability to go, okay, that's sounding good to me, and that can stay in my oral space, or um, yeah, not feeling that, don't need to deal with that anymore. And hip hop, from the first moment I started hearing my cousin playing it, I was like, yo, this, because I'm also obviously wired for words, so I could hear
mm,
how they playing with words. I could hear the cleverness of the rhymes. By 12, 13, you've already been introduced to poetry, formal poetry at school. You've done a lot of writing and creative writing yourself. So to hear these guys and they like the professors of creative writing, it's like, oh, this is clever.
mm.
But I'd never tried it. And one of those teachers who pulled me to, hey, you're gonna come act in my play. She called me to do and that was at 12. She called me to play a character in her nativity play, the lovely nativity plays that all parents are going to have to deal with soon. And but she says she wants to put a twist to it. She's like, look, you're going to be the angel Gabriel delivering the message to
What?
Mary, delivering the message to Mary. But you're gonna deliver the message to Mary in a rap. Was it Mrs. Bruins? I think it was Mrs. Bruins. Like that lady blew my mind, and I was just like, wait,
Hey.
who are you? Why?
Yeah.
I understand completely what you want from me, but do you realize where we are? We're in Catholic school, um, and you're asking me to do what? But yeah, I didn't question it. I was just like, yes. I went and I wrote my very first rap about Mary, um, to Mary, and delivering the message. And after that, I was like, okay, cool, I can do this, and just started writing my own stuff, and I haven't stopped since.
Crazy, man. So can you still remember it? That rhyme? I highly doubt though.
I remember the first two lines. It was
I will
Mary.
sharpen that on. I want to
Ah,
say
really, just first two lines. I was 12 years old, man, rapping about Mary. So was that Mary, the Mary to the Y, who followed the wishes and orders of the Lord. Hi, she was just a young girl of 16, 15. Can't remember anything else after that, but I just remember Mary, the Mary to the Y, who followed the wishes and orders of the Lord. Hi.
But
Yeah,
I
man.
think you already had a flow at 12, so
No, no, no. The flow started in the womb, studying heartbeats and blood flow. So don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted.
speak on it, my brother. Speak on it.
Uh, no, but on the real, like jokes aside, with the kind of music I found my parents listening to, yeah, no, definitely things were imprinted before I even stepped out.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And I can speak on that as well because my daughter loves music, loves. My first daughter loves music, loves rap, and because her mother and I would always play music for her,
Yeah,
and that's what she's hella creative.
yeah, exactly.
So her mother spotted it very early that this one is gonna be like her father, so we might as well just start nurturing it.
Good on moms, man. Good on moms.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to that mama. She's a very good mom. You
It's a
know.
real one.
Okay,
That's a real one.
kasi ya Cape.
Okay.
Konje Cape Hurricane, Gotham City.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, she's from there.
Oh,
Anyway,
she's from Gotham? Dope. Ah, that's dope.
yeah, I got
That's
a
too
baby in
nice.
Gotham.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm going there. Thinking in the next 2 weeks.
All right.
I'm going to see
All
her
right.
in the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, man. Cool. Let's talk about the assembly. The
Mm.
assembly.
What up? Yeah.
Luena. One of my favorite taglines of all time.
No, no, that I never use it. I use it to shout out Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know that you never use it on the mic.
Nah, B, that can't be jacking a man's tagline, especially when I don't know how to wear it. I'm out
Yeah,
there go, whoa,
exactly.
what up, what up? Like, that's not my shit. Let the
Nobody
man
quite
handle
can
that.
do it quite like him, bro.
Nah, it ain't the same. It ain't the same.
It is. Shout out Cap, man. Um, I don't want to ask you about how did you guys, because we already established that when I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
talking
yeah,
to Cap.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
One
We
thing
know
I
the
want to
deal.
know, talking about the assembly, was it a difficult transition for you to move from live band, rock type of setup to rap, like rap?
I mean, having been rapping seriously, um, from 13, 14, when I was like, okay, cool, now it's going to be serious. And having performed sporadically throughout the school years, having performed all throughout varsity, I was working with hip hop shows. Hip hop radio shows. I was working with hip hop radio shows, you know, and I started live music at the end of my kind of varsity tenure, and it was just coming back home in a sense. The only difficulty was seeing the space, the actual live space of the hip hop landscape. If we had a show and we say we're starting at 7, at 5 to 7 we're standing on stage. I got to the hip hop space, and at 6:30 I'm at shows and they're starting at 8. You know, so that was the only difficult thing I needed to adjust to. But outside of that, nah, man, it's actually, with no disrespect to anyone, there's obviously different elements that are more difficult. Your enunciation, your clarity, your mic, meaning your mic, and your mic technique and all of that need to be a lot more disciplined with hip hop, which a lot of artists still don't seem to know. Out there gripping their mic like it's a tennis ball. But there's outside of that, there are other difficulties that come with the live element. You've got 5, 6 people or more playing loud as live instruments, and you're trying to find your space in there, and everyone's trying to balance and give each other space. And so, yeah, it wasn't a major transition at all. Just coming back home. Yeah.
No, I get it, man. Let's talk about the orientation. One of the hottest projects out right now. I want to start with.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. No doubt, man. I want to start with When We Were Kings. Can you just take us through because you start the song, and every time I even used when I advertised that you were going to be on this show, I used that intro, like when you start. Hey, yeah, no gospel. We're going out to gospel, especially for one of us at the main track. Yo, that's our gospel. Take us through what mindset were you in when you did that song, writing, recording, the works.
Something that we speak about in upcoming interviews, or yet to be released interviews, but it all started from a conversation. We were having a conversation. Yeah, we were having a conversation, a WhatsApp conversation in our group, as the 3 of us, just talking about what was going on in the country at the time, which was the Fees Must Fall protests, and looking at how kids are out there burning buildings, out there vandalizing property, and the conversation led to where we were in agreement that none of that would be going on, or nobody would be quick to choose that as their way of being heard if they understood who they were, if they understood that they are kings and queens. Because when you are royalty and you know that you're royalty, you carry yourself like royalty, and you deal with things like royalty would. So instead of burning the building, you might go, you know what, as a king, I am not, you as my chancellor or my vice chancellor are not in a position that I cannot access you from, you know. So I will engage you. Come sit with me. I am your equal. Let's talk. What's going on? You know, so so we were coming from that, and we decided that we're gonna. Well, actually, I'm lying. We didn't decide. After the conversation ended, I started producing the song, and by the end of
Kev
the night,
mentions it, by the way,
yeah,
on the comments.
yeah,
Shout out, Kev.
word. And by the end of the night, it was done. We had the. I always called it a skeleton. I think this is the perfect time to just put it out there. That for me, I was like, okay, this is the skeleton that I've got. I'm thinking, Mel, you can help me produce around this, or and like maybe let's make a song out of this. And Mel is like, yo, man, I don't know what production you want. The thing is done.
Because we done, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is done there. And I sent it to them with kind of like a brief, like, yo, look, our conversation inspired me, and I think if we could make a song and address this issue of us forgetting that we are kings and queens, so forgetting our royalty, I think that would be a dope track. So we all coming from that. Whatever that conversation then led us to individually, because you can hear it. You can hear that we share a common foundation for where our verses go, even if we're not necessarily focused in the same direction, which is the assembly, which is why the assembly works, because you're not getting an echo chamber of three people repeating each other's views. So that was awesome. That worked out beautifully. And yeah, we wrote, and after that we wrote in Nozuko and Ozu and Spoken Priestess to come and do the chorus and the poem respectively. And then we had
Whose idea was to rope in Spoken for the poem?
Spoken at the time, she obviously was close to Cap, and they obviously must have had a conversation, because he knew that she comes from the spoken word space, Yeah, so yeah, the long story short from that conversation was that she came up with something then, and it was beautiful, and it worked,
beautiful.
And, so yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Spoken Priestess. She's actually my first guest on this platform.
Nice. Yeah, then your platform is blessed, Baba.
Much appreciated. I want us to play a game quickly, right? Because I want to let you go. I know you're a busy man, so before I let you go, I want to play a game quickly. It's called Versus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you two teams. You're gonna choose one. That's basically it.
Okay.
So Orlando Pirates versus Kaizer Chiefs. Who's winning this weekend?
My guy, the sponsors are winning, my G. The sponsors are winning. That's who's winning.
Hi, Lebo, you don't always have to be so deep, bro.
Okay, Pirates is winning.
Thank you. So that's how we play the game, right?
Okay.
So let's go. Rap versus singing.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be difficult again, because my entire life has been a mission to blur the lines. So nah, they weren't the same for me. You mustn't be able to tell when rap turns to singing and when singing turns to rap. Sorry, I can't do this one.
I would have been so shocked if you chose one. You're what?
Okay, dope. Oh, so you've been tricky and shit. I see. Let's go.
Content, my leader. Content. The Assembly versus Evening Machine.
Nah. Don't be foolish now. Be silly, this man. So, one group of world class talents versus another group of world class talents. Is that what you're asking me? Come,
Essentially.
come, come, come on, come on. Yes,
Okay, I
next.
would have also been shocked if you chose one. Um, TV versus stage. This is
Stage.
acting wise.
Oh,
Stage.
acting wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whew, yeah, nah. Stage, I guess. Yeah,
Why?
stage, I guess. Because of the kind of the real time energy exchange. Um,
Mm.
yeah, because of the real time energy exchange.
In
And
stage.
there's a yeah, and there's a thing about live acting or live theater or live performance where you aren't in control of everything. You think you're in control of everything, but you're not in control of everything. And when that moment comes that reminds you that you're not in control, what did you do about it? I love that challenge of how do I catch myself so that the mistake or the moment of uncertainty or the unexpected intrusion does not become the focus. You just keep it moving like nothing's happened. Um,
Mm.
there's no cut. There's none. There's none of that.
If you pack up,
Um,
we move on.
yeah, man. Yeah, you find a way to cover it. it's not.
Mm.
It's not the mistake. It's how you cover the mistake. You know.
Facts, facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
But
haven't
again,
done,
yeah.
yeah?
No, I was saying, but most importantly is that live, real time energy.
Mm.
There's nothing like it, man. And not to say that one is craving the positive feedback. No, all the feedback. Have you elicited shock with this
Oh,
scene
yeah.
or this action? What has it elicited from the audience?
Mm.
It's the origins. That's how it should ended up on TV. It comes from the theater space. It
From,
comes,
yes.
it's just somebody decided to package it. So yeah.
All right, I get you. Um, you don't, you haven't really done a lot of acting on TV. Is there a reason for that?
I audition terribly. Um,
Oh,
uh,
really?
yeah. No. I'm horrific. I get into my own head. I've never been able to get out of it, and it is what it is. The TV work that I have done has, mm, yeah, it's all been headhunting, headhunted roles where the director's
Mm.
like, yo, oh, I want to see that artist of yours for this role. Um, uh, even I did like a guest spot on a local soapy, and they did that. They were like, "Yo, we want your artist for this role," and I was like, "Who sent you? Like, what do you guys know about me?" I just come out of that whole depression state, and I'd never done any TV work. So I was like, "What do you know? Why would you trust that you can put me into your show, especially this show, which is like an iconic show in this country? Why would you put me in that show?" So I turned them down. I was like, "Nah, I'm busy." And about 2 weeks later, they sent me another character. I was like, "Yo." And I thought, okay, maybe now I'm looking at gift horse in the mouth. Maybe now I'm spitting on blessings that I didn't set my way. So let me go do it. But that's how. But if you do that to me, you know, uh,
I wonder what went wrong. Let me hoist some shout outs while we try and get him back. Oh, he's back.
Did I disappear for a moment there?
Yeah, you did.
Where did you
good.
leave me? My bad.
No, it's all good. I was actually about to do some shout.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Your phone ringing.
Hey?
Is it mine? It's mine.
Yeah, it's
Sorry about that.
okay. Cool. No, I got you.
Yeah, cool. Can you continue?
Yeah.
Last one. We're still playing versus. Last one. Melina versus Captain.
uh, yo, man, this was a dope interview. Thank you. Like, come on, you're a fool. Like, you know, go ask a child. Your brother, your brother versus your other brother. Go ask a child from a family of 3. Your older brother or
Your
your younger
mother or your father?
Yeah. Like, come on. You're making people choose family members now? Fuck out of here. This guy.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Nah, thank you.
This has been a wonderful interview. I wanted to cover so much, but unfortunately, I've got a ton of work to get through, so I can't go the whole way. But Cap once promised me that you guys will come through and we'll have an actual podcast interview with the assembly. So I will definitely dish out more when that time comes, should it come. Before I let you go, so where to from here?
So where to from here? Hey, man.
Yeah, not the Kasi.
Yeah. It's this question. Look, I feel like, when I was telling you that I forget years, because it's like the whole time things like things are, they almost get it. Life is happening all at once. If that makes sense. So it's not like I'm sitting there going, okay, when such and such a time comes, I will be. It's like, no, what do I want to do? Okay, cool, let me do it now. So that's what it is. It's just about still exploring, expanding horizons, exploring potential. And I don't want to limit myself to what that could be, or what that means, or what that looks like, in case I miss an opportunity for what it actually is being sent as, because I am waiting for it to look like this, and meanwhile, and fit that's in. So I'm just kind of staying open to that. I've just finished another season, season with Takalani, so there's some space. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be working on solo music now that I have the time to, and the plan. Yeah, the plan is to have something before the end of the year, and I think it's necessary to. I think it's necessary to put that kind of pressure on it by speaking it out publicly, because
that would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah, I think I just need that pressure, so that no matter what happens, I'm not still sitting on this stuff in March 2023 going, yeah, but I don't know if it's good enough yet. I don't know if it's ready yet. Yo, whatever we have this year needs to come out. So
let's
we'll
go.
do
that. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I can definitely speak on and say I'm looking forward to.
Dope, man. I can't wait to see that unfold and to hear that project, that solo project. Let us do shout outs before you go. I was planning to shut this down at 7:30. So we are just over it. Shout out to Tapero. Tapero joined the live with the company account. Tapero Mashia. Shout out to Tapero. I'm still doing your notifications of works, Chief. I'll be done very soon. Shout out to Cap, of course. He's been out here. Kepa, you should have hung up on me when I asked you between him and Belly.
What facts? Straight facts. Facts.
I shouldn't be on this thing. I should have blocked him.
I should have flipped a young bird and then flipped the bird and then dropped out. Bird into darkness.
The talk about there. Shout out to I Look Young. That's my boy. One of the very dopest niggas in my hood. Shout out to I'm gonna butcher this one. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Tachi Omshe.
What up, mommy? Hey, mommy, bless, queen, bless.
Oh, yeah, you know her, dope.
Yeah, that's the queen right there. That's the queen.
Oh, okay, dope. Who else do we have here? I see Zin, XIIIN. Shout out to you.
Shin.
Zin.
What up, Shin? What up, man?
Oh, sorry. Hey. Butchering these names, eh?
Hey, man, the fam is out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this.
I don't know if you know a track called Gucci Bag from back in the day, from the EP.
No, I don't.
Okay. Inspection EP, there's a track on there called Gucci Bag. She produced it.
Oh, okay. I need to go back, eh? Yeah, no.
Negro. I thought you did your research for this interview. Thought you did your research, man. Damn.
And funny enough, I know the inspection EP. Man, old age, that. Who else do we have here? It's J Sleek. Shout out to his J Sleek. It's _J Sleek. Shout out to the Big Grootman, Ginger Trail.
What up, Ginger?
Yeah, he was also in the building. I saw he's dropping the Bar album. Can't wait.
Hey, I'm there, man. I'm there.
Yeah. I'm out butcher this one as well. Mitch Lebo. I hope that's how you pronounce it.
Hey, mommy. Yes.
She was also in the card. She actually asked if you could do the voice. Yeah, one of the characters you did on 2K.
I don't remember those voices. I don't remember Walter's voice. I really don't. I don't. I've got too many Sesame voices in my head.
Too many, ne? I think I was also talking about Cookie Monster. Yeah.
Amen.
Shout out to Sarcastic _Jacobs. We already mentioned him. Shout out to Picaflo. He joined at some stage.
That's my nephew, man. That's my nephew.
Oh.
He's also a rapper. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. I'll check him out. I'll check his music out as well. Shout out to ObJL. That's my co-host for that other podcast. Catalyst Live.
Oh,
Yeah, shout out
Mr.
to
Lawrence.
Catalyst.
What up, Catalyst?
Uh, yeah,
Do
that's
you know
about.
Catalyst, Machi? You know Catalyst?
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, go check out his music too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dope.
Catalyst
I'll do that.
been around.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, dope. I'll check him out. I'll check him out. Who else do we have? Um, Paolo Chavalala. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Hello,
He was
hello,
also in the
hello.
cut.
I know it's family actually.
Um,
It's family actually.
yeah, it's so dope when people come out and they show you love, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's
like I'm seriously, yeah, it feels
uh, dope. Ooh, yeah, no, I think it's time now. It's chai. But we done. Shout out to the cat phobia as well. Yeah, and then yeah, we done. No, we done, guys. I don't think there's a need that Lebo should come back on the live. Thank you very much to everyone that tuned in. Big shout out to Lebu. Man, ke kwatetse because I've got such a lot of work to go through. Because usana ke batla ho theohela. So yeah, usana ke lo tala, guys. So yeah, thank you very much for coming through, for joining the live. Please don't forget to check out the Plug the Ox podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, do the most, comment, like, whatever. And also check it out on all audio platforms, audio podcasting platforms. And let me love and leave you. But plugist.